Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Absolute Sandman series. Now, if you're a fan of 90s comics like me and you grew up in the 90s like I did, you probably have heard about this series. It was one of the big series that really kind of pushed the movement forward of comics can be more mature. It was Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns, and the Sandman series. Kind of forgot about it for a minute. Anyway, it was the Sandman series that, in my opinion, that really pushed it forward. I think it was really more this series than anything because it won multiple awards. It was just, this is the stuff they teach in college classes. Gaiman really did his homework for this, and he really just pulled something off that before that was never seen before. The story of Sandman is basically this. It's the story of a guy named Dream. Dream is the living embodiment of the concept of dreams. And because of this, he's been around since the beginning of time. And he's kind of tired of his job. He doesn't like it anymore. He wants to get out of it. And at the beginning of the story, in the first few pages, this isn't really a spoiler because it literally happens like in the first 10 pages, he gets captured and he's held prison for 70 plus years. And it kind of humbles him a lot. And he comes out of it and he's going, you know, I hate this job. I don't know why I've been doing this for so long. I'm tired of this. And it's really a modern mythological story. If you've ever read stories about Zeus, the Greeks, and things like that, Gaiman really plays a lot with those concepts. Like, for example, his sister's death, his brother's destruction. A lot of the series is him searching for his brother called Destruction. And he really does a good job of also weaving in stories that we've heard from before, things like A Midsummer Night's Dream. He's got a really great story in here about that. He's got a story about Ramadan, which is my personal favorite. It just blew my mind when I first read it. And he really tries to weave in the character Dream into our own history. This is after the first trade, though. Now, I said earlier that if you get through the first trade, great, you're golden, you should continue reading the series. The problem with the first trade, I think, is that Gaiman was really trying to push to have Dream incorporated into the DC universe. It didn't work out so well. He also had a few things to tie up from the previous Sandman series from like the 70s, and it was okay. I was reading it and I was like, I'm not sure about this, but after that, he starts putting Dream into our world, and it works out really well because you just start feeling for this guy. You feel like, wow, I've been there. Who hasn't had a job that they don't want to be there? We've all had that thing. And he really messes toys around with that stuff. The biggest thing for me though is that he's he really pulls off an ending that it just I've never seen something like that before because I've read a lot of comics throughout the years, and the final trade he has so many characters and so many storylines and so many things that he has to wrap up. You're going to yourself, how the hell is he going to pull this off? There's so much. And he just does it. He nails it perfectly. And I've never seen somebody stick a landing like that just so well. And if you are into high literature, I think you really will enjoy this. This is kind of the series where your friends will go, well, comics are for kids. Whatever. Let them believe that, but I would really recommend you get them the second trade of the Sandman if they have that mindset. Let them read it, and I've given it to friends who've said the same thing and go, wow, that was more than I thought about it. And there's just so much that I could go on about it that I really don't want to ruin anything, but I would recommend you do start out with the second trade if you get a chance. You can read the first trade and just read the first issue and then kind of jump into the second trade, come back to the first trade a little bit, and I think you'll be fine. I think you'll get a lot out of it. If there's anything else that I have to say, it's that I wouldn't recommend the absolutes to anybody except for those that really already read the story and have gone through and enjoyed the story in trade format. The absolutes are beautiful. They're worth the hardcover price. They have extra scripts from Gaiman. They have sketches. They have pictures. That they're just I can't say enough about them. Leather bound, gorgeous stuff. So that's about it. Comment, message, subscribe. Let me know.